Welcome back to the Armchair Meddler, where I review news videos, usually of a sensational nature, and I give you my opinion, even though you didn't ask for my opinion. That's what makes me the Armchair Meddler. So today we're going to take a look at a news video, incredibly sad. Apparently there was a police pursuit, and 3 people ended up dead from a crash that occurred at the end. So let's not delay. Let's take a look at what happened.
And Christina, we're learning a lot more now about this crash and the 3 lives it claimed. Investigators confirming this late hour. It comes at the end of a pursuit that they had called off shortly before the crash itself. James will give you a look. It leads to the emotions of this night. The candles, lots of tears. There, a vigil set up a spot where it happened, where not one but 2 separate families are now out mourning their own losses. Listen.
There was just hardworking people that just didn't deserve this.
An emotional vigil at the very spot of the deadly crash. 3 people are killed in the crash, including Fabio Balderas and his wife, Michaela.
I called her in the morning. She wasn't answering. I called my sister, and I just had a feeling something had happened. And
Okay, so I just want to say that this just is incredibly sad. I can't imagine these poor people getting a phone call like that saying that their loved ones have been killed. It would just be completely overwhelming. This is just very, very heartbreaking and very sad.
told us that our dad passed away at the scene, and my mom was rushed to the hospital, and she didn't survive.
Their car broadsided by a speeding car. The force of that impact so severe, it sends wreckage flying across the intersection here at State and Tweedy and Southgate. And now we're learning the crash happens just at the end of a pursuit, investigators confirm. A pursuit that police called off due to the suspect's dangerous driving, but not in time to prevent the deadly crash. A 3rd victim ID'd as 20-year-old James Griffin III. He was a passenger in the car being chased by police.
My son lost his life because yet again the police decide to chase people, not giving...
Okay, hold up. Okay, I just gotta pause it right there because this lady, I understand that she's grief-stricken, but she's blaming the police, but the car, the person driving the car is the one who's running from the police who caused all of this to begin with. So I mean, this is a horrible, tragic situation, but you got to place the blame where it belongs, which is from the person who was running from the police. Let's continue on.
Crap about who's out in the streets or anybody's safety, and you guys want to say, oh, we care. No, you do not.
Okay, the person who was running from the police, did they care about anybody's safety? Because I imagine they're driving at a high rate of speed, trying to get away from the police. So do they bear some responsibility in this? I mean, there's going to be an investigation to see if the police did things correctly or not. But where is the blame for the people who were running from the police? You have to look at that.
Because if you did, you wouldn't chase people at high speeds no matter what they did.
Investigators say the pursuit centered around the alleged theft of a catalytic converter. The driver of the car speeding from police still in the hospital.
Okay, so apparently the people fleeing the police are accused of stealing catalytic converters. So yeah, there's a series of events. They're out stealing catalytic converters. Obviously, that's illegal to steal other people's stuff. They jump in their car. They try to get away from the police. It leads to an accident. So yeah, there is definitely blame on the people who are running from the police. So I understand the family members, they're upset. You know, I wish the young man was alive too. I wish everyone was still alive. But there's a responsibility there by the alleged thieves, the ones who ran from the police.
While Griffin is now being remembered by his family. This is a picture with his mother at his high school graduation.
He was dearly loved, and he was actually a good kid, and he was still in college. He had a 4.0 GPA.
A tragedy that brings 2 grieving families together at the same spot, each left now dealing with the emotions of their own loss.
They chased the car to make this accident happen.
We were at a quinceañera.
Okay, so they chased the car to make the accident happen. You, wow. You can't chase a car if it's not running from you. If the car is still, there's no chase. So the people who allegedly stole the catalytic converter, they had to flee from the police in order for there to be a chase. So yeah, this whole thing is very disappointing. Wish it had never had happened. But yeah, there was a cause and effect in this whole thing, which was stealing the catalytic converter, fleeing the police, and that led to this tragic accident. And I'm sorry that it happened, but it could have been prevented.
My parents were coming home from the party, and my mom was driving.
A night of high emotion here at this vigil for both of these families. Now live, this marks the second time in less than a week in LA County where a high-speed pursuit is called off by police just shortly before an accident that claims innocent victims. For now, we are live here in the Southgate area. Back to West LA we go.
Okay, so I just want to add that this whole incident is terribly sad. It's heartbreaking. And I give my condolences to the families of all parties involved. This is sad. It should have never happened. Apparently, the young man and the driver, whoever was involved, I don't believe they said that the young man was driving. I think he was a passenger, they said. But apparently, they're accused of stealing catalytic converters. So there was something going on that they shouldn't have been involved in, according to this report. And it's very, very sad because all of this could have been prevented. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It's a tragedy. And my condolences go out to these families. It's just incredibly sad. So that's it. I'm going to wrap up this video. Once again, I'm the Armchair Meddler. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you can, please give this video the thumbs up. Peace.